increase, estrogen plus the progestin, slight increase. So either way, and who has hysterectomies more than black people? Nobody. 50% of black women will not even make it to menopause with an intact uterus. The uterus is already gone for various and sundry reasons, bleeding, fibroids, or a combination of the two. So this is why I think it's so important, and I really want to get this message out there, because the things that black women suffer from the most, not just in the short term, hot flashes, mood swings, night sweats, weight gain, those things are all independent risk factors for developing heart disease later on. If you're not sleeping at night, you have disrupted sleep, guess what? That's a risk factor for cardiovascular disease. If you're not sleeping well at night, guess what else you're at risk for? You're at risk for developing type 2 diabetes and gaining weight. You're chronically fatigued. So guess what you're not going to do the next day when you're chronically fatigued? You're not going to exercise. You're going to make poor choices. You're going to eat. You're going to do a lot of things trying to self-soothe because you feel bad. And let me just say, I want women to choose a different path forward, because I think that for so many of us, we have watched our mothers, our aunties, our grandmothers, we have watched them suffer. We look at that as almost a badge of womanhood. We suffer through a lot of things, and cramps, and PMS, and childbirth, and postpartum depression, PMS, all of these things. We so take that for granted that we don't realize that not suffering is an option. And I want to tell you that at the things that we associate with aging, because we think, oh, well, my joints hurt, oh, I'm getting old. Oh, I got high blood pressure, I'm getting old. I got this, I'm getting old. No, there's a different path forward. And I think that, we all know that a healthy lifestyle is a baseline. Everybody knows that. Exercise, eat right, don't smoke. If you have high blood pressure, take your blood pressure medication. If you have, type 2 diabetes, take your medication. Not occasionally, every day. Those things are important. But even after you've done all you can do, and you are still symptomatic, and you are still having problems, then that is the time that you must say, I would like to have this addressed. And you take that to your doctor, and one of two things is going to happen. The doctor is going to give you what we know to be the most effective treatment for menopause, or they're going to say, no, you can't have it. Now, if they say, no, you can't have it, then you have to say, all right, it's time to vote with my feet. There is somebody who knows how to treat menopause. That is why when I left my private practice and I joined Alloy, I wanted to make sure that all women had access to science-backed care. You don't have to worry about, this is what I think. You don't have to worry about what Dr. Malone thinks. I am able to look at the data and to be able to make recommendations. That's what doctors do based on the best scientific evidence that we have to date. And we've got a lot of it on hormone therapy. You know why? Because hormone therapy has been around since 1942. So if someone wants to tell you, oh, this is something new, oh, it's not new. We have a lot of experience treating women with menopause. It's just that we often, in our suffering, they say misery loves company. It does, And we will often discourage other people. Because let me say, and there are a few people, there are about 20% of people that will go through menopause and not have a lot of symptoms that they recognize, let's just say, because most people think if they didn't have hot flashes, they didn't have menopause. And I'm here to say, yes, you did. You had menopause. Your sign or symptom may be vaginal dryness 5 years later. It may be osteoporosis 20 years later. It may be that weight gain, that stubborn weight gain that comes right around your middle. That comes from menopause, the lack of estrogen. So, I want to sort of destigmatize menopause. I want you to understand that there is another path forward. And I don't want you to be fearful about something that, every major clinical organization from the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, the Endocrinology Society, on and on and on, all agree, and it's hard to get everybody to agree on one thing, that one, the most effective treatment for the symptoms of menopause is hormone therapy. That's number one. And the second thing is, that I want to leave you with is, there is no point in suffering. Sometimes people say, well, it's not bad enough yet. Well, okay, well, how long do you have to suffer before you say, okay, excuse me, I raise my hand, I'll take some treatment now? Why? Because the data shows that if you are symptomatic, the earlier you start treatment, the more benefit you get. So you're not doing yourself any good in the menopause marathon by saying, well, I got through 8 years of it, I'm going to take it in year 9. No, take it when you are symptomatic. And remember, even when you're in perimenopause, the decision should be yours, because nobody knows how you feel but you. Brain fog is sometimes a problem. You know, I don't know if any of you had that, where you're just sitting there talking and all of a sudden it just flew out of your head. And women sometimes think they're going crazy. They're like, well, or do I have Alzheimer's? No, you do not. It is the fluctuating estrogen levels that affect every organ system in your body. Your hair, your brain, your skin, your teeth. It's not just a reproductive hormone. Our bodies as women run on estrogen. And when you take that estrogen away, then there's a lot that sort of goes awry. Will you suffer forever? No, probably not. Most people will, hot flashes will settle down. But remember, menopause is way more than a hot flash, and hot flashes are not benign and they're not funny. And I want to say to any of you, if you see anybody out there with a fan, you better ask them, are you getting ready to dance? Because that's the only reason why you need to have a fan. Don't be dancing.